Very, very weird changes, and I'm glad. I really hope we start the stream just opening up with Super Mario Brothers.
Talking about Super Mario Super Show. Because we're
Heck yeah.
nerds.
Gosh, I need to pick up the DVD for that. I have the complete series for the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Me too.
I needed it in my life.
Excuse me, princess.
Do we have the complete thing or just the first one?
No. We just have, like, the first 3.
Dude, you remember when I bought the VHS and we, like, watched the hell out of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're like, oh my god. Hello, everybody.
Hello, it's been a while. When we last left off, the party had fought a strange creature in an alleyway. They were able to save... Oh fuck, what's his name?
Starts with the T.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I have like 5 characters in this town, starting with
It's
a T.
It's the one that works at the bar.
It doesn't help.
Right.
Everybody's name
Emmett?
sounds alike.
Was that his name?
Did I,
Was his
maybe
name?
I wrote it down?
Was his name Temeth?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I have it.
Yeah.
I have the thing right on my phone because my computer won't let me open it up.
I liked that. No? Yeah?
Terrence!
Sorry.
Territh. Oh, I was thinking of one of your dragons.
I have to find my notes, otherwise I'm gonna be completely blind.
I'm a horrible DM. I can't remember characters. Okay,
It's
well,
okay.
Terrence will
Shame on
save.
you. Shame on you.
And,
Oh man.
unfortunately, Kichiro was knocked out at the start of the battle. But fortunately, the team had ran into a tiefling girl named Lilith. Lilith. And she was able to help the party defeat this creature. The final blow left these shards of glass that came from the creature's body to fall around in the alleyway. Kichiro being knocked out and no one helping him.
Thanks, guys.
Had glass embedded in his skin. So, between Aerith, who was being super sneaky and tagging along, and Lilith, the party dragged, literally, Kichiro across the ground and brought him to Aaron, the gardener of Autumn Pass, and probably one of the few people who knows how to heal. Again, this party has no healers, so...
Oh shoot.
Well, we're screwed.
I don't need no healer.
When
We're
we're
gonna
dead,
be fine.
we're
We're
dead.
gonna just...
Oh, okay.
We just chop off all their arms and then they can't fight them.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah. That'll work out perfectly for the first boss.
Oh.
What, do they not have any arms?
No, they're actually just a giant worm.
Oh, really? I
God,
thought they were
can't
gonna-
do anything about this.
I thought they were gonna be like the Black Knight from Monty Python's The Holy Grail.
He's the
Guys,
worst.
where do we cut
If you
it?
cut them in half, it becomes 2 worms.
Oh,
Actually, no, I'm just gonna have them run into the other other campaign team, so...
Oh God.
That would be interesting.
That would be a little confusing.
More than somewhat. Okay, well... let's start off with Kichiro, shall we?
Okay.
TF, I had you make some rolls before the call. I actually had you do this yesterday.
Yes.
Which that's going to
Dinner
come into
roll.
play.
Okay.
Kichiro, the fight had started, and the last thing you see is this creature that you swear has void eyes, and you're not sure if it has any other features. And it's flying towards you. Next thing you know, there's an immense pain in the back of your head, and suddenly it's dark. For a moment, you hear nothing. And then you can feel a pain just going through your body. Tiny pinpricks throughout your arms, your chest, your face. And suddenly your eyes fly open. You look to be in a container of glass, and you hear a ticking noise echoing around you. At first, you can't see anything else beyond this glass, but you do feel something. The ground doesn't feel even at your feet. Because of the 20 you rolled before, you notice quickly that sand is at your feet, and sand is starting to pour on top of you as well. Again, the ticking echoes throughout this container and probably the room beyond it. For a moment, you swear you can see something past the glass. Is there anything you'd like to do, or just in it for the ride?
I would imagine that Kichiro is mildly panicking.
Oh,
First,
and the sand is very slowly but surely starting to pile up. It's not even past his feet right now, but it'll get there.
I'm sure
You
it will.
can do it, Jasmine.
Yes,
Get
you
out
look
of
into the
there.
distance and you see Jafar.
That's the figure. He sees the snake staff. He's freaking out, man. Well, yeah, he starts to freak out a little bit. He starts kind of running in all kind of corners of this little container. I imagine it's not very big.
You're just
So
kind of
it's like
standing and leaning in a circle.
so he's kind of like a rat in a jar in a river.
That's
Not
bad.
the ideal situation, and it's slowly filling with sand.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, he's probably going to be freaking out, probably trying to bang on the glass, trying to free himself.
So he's banging on the glass?
Yeah.
Make a constitution save.
Alright. Have the wrong tab open. There we go. Oh, shit, what's my constitution save? Oh, that's not much. That is not much.
I think I should also have you roll strength as well.
Okay, so that's my saving throw.
Okay. Good.
And you said strength, just
Yes.
straight up strength.
Yeah, we'll just do straight up strength.
Oof.
Okay.
That's still bad. Okay.
He bangs on the glass of this container. And the moment his fist touches the glass, he sees images flying through his head. For a moment, he sees himself walking throughout the paths of Autumn Pass. He can see himself then in another situation, in a town he's not familiar with. He's underwater. And running out of air quickly. Another image flies through his mind. He finds himself staring at the party. And then at his hands, which he's holding the body of someone he can't quite identify right now. And again, one last image pops up through his mind. A small girl is sitting in a bench far, in a good distance away from him. There's nothing else. But she's just simply staring at him with a gaze that's very uncomfortable. Watching, waiting what he does. And then, the moment all of these appear, they quickly disappear again. The ticking grows louder, and the sand has started to pile up at his feet.
Kichiro is hyperventilating at this point. Kind of rolling over in his little corner of the circular prison that he's in. How high is the sand?
I'd say it's just starting to cover the top of his foot.
Yeah, he pretty much yanks his feet out of the sand, trying to stand on top of it. Someone get this man a bag. So, he's probably going to try to bang on the glass again.
Another Constitution save. Okay.
And strength?
Yep. Strength again. This attempt is much like the last. His fists don't seem to do anything. But he hears a voice this time. It seems to be, though it's a constant sentence, the voice seems to be switching. And the voice is saying, "What do you hope to gain from this? What will you choose?" Again, the sand started to pile up at a faster rate.
Hyperventilating. Panicking. Small fox chirps. Again, trying to stay on top of the sand, trying to pull his feet out of the sand, trying to stand on top of it. I don't know how sturdy the sand is. He's probably falling into it.
Let's do a quick D20 to see how he does with that.
Alright. So how's he doing with that?
Oh, the 7. Okay. Yeah, he's doing fairly well, surprisingly. Though he's panicking, the one thing going through his mind is that he's got to stay on top of the sand. So he's doing it fairly well.
He done did the do. Alright, he's going to bang on the glass again.
Okay. Constitution and strength again.
Constitution. And strength.
Again, the voice rings louder. This won't bring anything, you know. Are you the one this time around? How funny. He might notice that the glass has started to crack ever so slightly where his fist has touched it. Well, where he's banged up against several times now.
This seems to bring him just a little bit of hope. He shouts he shouts to the voided nothingness of whatever voice may be yelling at him or whatever, and saying, "I'm getting fucking somewhere," apparently, pointing at the crack. And he bangs on it again.
Constitution. I won't make you roll strength this time.
Okay.
Well, he's doing fairly well.
He's still trying to keep on top of the sand.
The voice just seems to hesitate for a moment, as if whoever's speaking is just watching him, amused by this. Do you really think you can do this?
Fucking watch me.
Very well. Constitution save, once more.
Damn.
Pain is filled throughout his body. He's able to break the glass. More so, it feels as if the glass is shattered. Maybe by his own actions, maybe by whoever's doing this. And he falls. He notices that there's no ground underneath this container. So he falls and he sees more images around him. There seems to be figures, shadows, stretched, deformed, in shapes he can't quite wrap his mind around. He sees 5 figures staring, watching him, all seeming to have threads wrapped around them. They reach for him, and that's when he wakes up. The party is in this small room, a small bedroom, where Kichiro is laying on the bed. It seems to be not too far into the morning, where they can see Aaron is hastily trying to prepare some more medicine. Not too far away, behind a closed door, they can hear muffled arguing.
He sits straight up and goes, "Holy shit! People, threads, dead children."
Oh.
Sand! Glass! He looks down at his hands. Glass!
Kichiro, you see cuts and burn marks all around your arms from the glass. You also see a thread wrapped around your hand.
He sits there and fucking stares at the thread. Oh shit, was I one of them? Silence. Everybody just must be stunned. Kichiro hardly says a word throughout this entire campaign, and finally he's cussing like a sailor.
And he's shouting this at, like, the top of his lungs?
Yes.
Okay.
Does the arguing that was happening in the other room
Comes to a dead stop. You can kind of hear a, Is he alright? Shush, don't go near them. I don't trust them yet. And then the argument kind of begins again, however, it's less muffled than it was before Kichiro's interruption.
Okay.
There's also shattering glass from Aaron, who had, jumped at this. For the first time in her life,
the medicine!
For the first time in her life, Erin seems to be wide awake. Is he okay? She kind of stumbles over, trying to avoid the glass now at the floor.
So, what's the significance of this thread? Why is there thread?
Where'd you get thread? She kind of stretches out and yawns.
It was you. He looks at her skeptically.
Is everybody in this room?
Oh, yes.
Cheers is just kind of like, he wakes up like a loony.
He looks over at the rest of the party, just kind of like, what the hell? So the kid, the bar kid, is he okay?
Oh yeah. Is Poppy still holding him, or what happened with
that? Throughout the few hours that you've been here, Tereth was patched up, very, very scared, but walked back to the bar by Nikira, who is the general goods store, not owner, but she might as well be.
Okay.
To which Lilith was dragged off once Nikira had returned, pretty much dragged off by her ear, and where the two started arguing. I won't make you guys roll for this, because it would have been loud enough for you to hear. The argument seems to be over their own safety, especially since Nikira and Lilith are the only two tieflings in town. So, that was the wrap-up with Tereth.
Okay.
Kichiro looks over at the rest of the party. So, bar kid, is he alright? What happened? Why am I in so much pain? And why is there, like, burn scuffs? And, oh my god, did you guys drag me?
You know how sometimes when it gets cloudy, the cloud, and it rains, it was like that, but, you know, with glass.
Gosh, goddamn, is that what my dream was all the fuck about? I mean, I hope that was a dream. That was a trippy-ass dream. I mean,
you didn't dream the glass that went into you. No. That's
so
real.
glass did fucking go into me. Oh, God.
A lot. A lot of glass. Are you okay?
Do I look okay?
No.
Then I will assume I'm not okay.
You look fine to me.
I also think that because he's in such the state he's in, whatever charms he has on his tails is probably not working. So he probably has like 5 little fluffy tails hanging over the side of the bed and shit.
I'm gonna make this worse. Not too far from the bedside, there seems to be a very large mason jar filled with the black shards of glass that was pulled out of Kichiro. It is quite full and overflowing.
He's staring at the jar. just staring.
You know, if I didn't know any better, I would have said they were made almost completely out of glass after that.
He looks over at Poppy, does like this sideways cock of the head. And just goes, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
You feeling any better,
Our kid's fine.
Kichiro? Erin kind of leans off to the side. She doesn't seem to know how to respond to all this.
There's pain in every movement of my body. I think I'm doing great.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll get you some tea.
She took that literally.
You know, her yawns are very contagious.
Don't get us started.
I'm just imagining Cheers doing a yawn, but it sounds just like Poppy.
Oh. Erin kind of gives Kichiro one more look over before she turns back to the kitchen to start making some tea as promised. She seems to completely forget about the glass. Well, the one that she shattered of the potion. And also to remove the black glass that's now in the jar.
Yeah, so if you didn't hear that because you were distracted, yes, the bar kid is okay. He went back home with supervision. And yeah, it seemed like it turned out mostly for the best, except the part where you were full of glass.
Why was I full of glass?
We were busy, preoccupied, and you were kind of passed out in the glass zone. It's like the splash zone, but with glass.
The glass
Thanks.
zone.
Poppy is the best at explaining things.
It's like the splash zone, only with glass. Kichiro just kind of stares. You guys were busy with what I am.
Kind of busy too.
I mean, I tried to attack the monster, but you know what?
And then you fell asleep.
Shame on you.
That was the best
I fall
response.
asleep all the time.
That's the best response ever. I was attacking the monster, and then you fell asleep. I wouldn't say that I fell asleep.
Yeah, probably not quite the right words. Yes, we continued to attack the monster after that.
Lovely.
At least your boy is safe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. It's your
Yeah.
boy.
It's your boy.
He kind of just flops back down on the bed. Ow.
I kind of want to take a look at the glass that was in you. Just 'cause. I mean, it's the only glass that sort of stayed around.
Then
So-
look at it if you want to. It's not my property anymore. It's no longer in me.
Well, as long as it doesn't make you feel weird about it, then I'm just gonna go right ahead. And do I have to roll anything for this?
Yeah,
Probably.
do an investigation roll.
Alright, let's double check on my stats. Because it's been a little bit. I've got a 0 in that, that's perfect.
Poppy, cheers. You'll recall that when Erin was removing the glass, she refused to let her bare skin get anywhere near this. She doubled up on cloth when removing the glass, and Kichiro won't go anywhere near it.
Okay, so probably not touching it with her bare hands.
Her tiny hands.
Her tiny hands.
Her little baby hands.
Yeah. What would be the best... What do I have? Alright, hold on a sec. Do I have any gloves? That would be great. I guess there would probably be gloves around, or maybe blanket.
What Erin had done was pretty much wrap up it, realized, maybe I can't wrap it around enough, grabs the blanket and rips it away from Kichiro.
Makes him fall onto the floor. Don't hurt the fox boy. He's been through enough.
He fell asleep.
Damn! What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
What?
That's on investigation?
Yeah!
You
Okay.
do very well.
Dang.
To say they're otherworldly would be an understatement. Even though you've double upped on cloth, you can feel a warmth and pulsating sensation from these glass shards. And it almost feels as if the glass is threatening to slice through the fabrics and pierce your skin. Unlike the glass that was in the alleyway at the end of the battle, this seems more stable. Poppy, as you lean in to kind of get a better look and tilting this in the glass, you see something within it, a face at first. And then you swear you can see something, perhaps thorns? You're not quite sure. But this only lasts for a moment as you're holding it up to the light before it vanishes.
It's made out of souls.
That's... Okay, well... if we wanted to show it to Will... That could be a thing. But maybe we don't want to put this anywhere. And she replaces the glass. It's, definitely weird glass. Really warm. And it felt kind of like it was alive, maybe? Also, there's somebody in there, so... I don't know what we can do about that.
It's getting all Full Metal Alchemist up in here.
Okay, I still need to watch that. Or read the manga.
You do.
It's very good.
It's made out of souls.
Would Poppy, or anyone else, I guess, because she probably also mentioned the thorns, maybe, that she saw around in the background, know of a place around Autumn Pass that has a lot of those?
There are 3 you can think of right off the bat.
Okay.
First being Erin's garden, that's located by the small lake right outside of town. The second is towards the entrance of Autumn Pass, where there's a lot of bramble bushes, creating like a natural gate. Sorry, I just saw the thing in chat. Keep out of reach of children.
Very good. Very good.
And the last place you can think of is the entrance to the abandoned mines that was shut down about 3 years ago due to an unfortunate accident. The last person to go in was Will about 3 years ago to investigate and seal it off.
Getting very full metal alchemy up in here.
Sorry. Maybe we should see Will. Are you feeling walking well, Kichiro?
Dude, I mean, I could try. That was
Why
weird.
don't you just carry him?
Watch out for the glass. All around the room. The living glass and the non-living glass.
Poppy,
Yes?
why don't you just carry him?
Oh! Do you want me to carry you?
He just looks at them. Apparently, the last time he does little air quotes, carried.
Oh, yeah,
I was dragged.
There are twigs and some pebbles still in your hair, Kichiro.
Last time you guys tried to carry me, I was, air quotes, dragged.
I think you misplaced your quotes there.
I did.
My good foxy friend.
I did it right the first time. And
Yes, you did.
I didn't do it right the second time. Right,
That's okay.
Alright, so the last time you, air quotes, carried me, you dragged me. He reaches up into his hair, feels a twig, picks it out, flicks it off to the side.
So is that a no?
That's a hard pass.
Oh. You know, I'm really good at carrying people.
Apparently not last time.
No, I'm really good at it, though. You have to believe me.
You carried me before. I think I believe you.
I'm really good at it. Damn good at it.
He stares at her for a moment. You seriously want me to say this?
Yes.
He rolls his eyes. You're really good at carrying people.
Oh. I could carry you.
No.
Okay. Let's go.
He swings his feet around and puts his feet on the floor. Does he still have shoes on?
No, he does not.
We're not animals in this house. You don't wear your shoes in bed.
So is he stark naked or something?
Oh no,
or
he still has his clothes. It just not his shoes.
Okay.
Or his cloak.
You could keep all of your clothes except your shoes.
No shoes in bed. Not allowed.
Okay, so he starts looking around for his shoes.
It's a
trying to dodge all the shards of glass on the floor.
Roll for it.
Oh
God.
No. It's okay. It's
What
Dex.
what
He's probably
would
really
I
good at
roll?
that.
Oh, good question.
Is
Just a
it Dex?
D20 or
We'll do a dex roll, yeah.
a dex? Alright.
It's, the glass is there to test if you're well enough to get up.
Yeah, if you step in any of that glass, we're not going anywhere.
Oh, please crit fail.
Oh.
Crit fail, he just falls over and his face is full of glass.
Oh no.
But no.
He's failed.
I
Not only
have
does
to...
he fall face first into the glass, the shake causes the nightstand to fall over, and the black glass goes into him as well. But no, the 15, it's fine.
Right.
Kichiro, you feel a little wobbly at first, but the trippy dream and and waking up with the thread in your hand has seemed to sober you up enough that you're able to get around the glass with no problem. It's a very small place. Pretty much, you can only see 2 possible bedrooms here. The guest room, which is also kind of in the same area as the dining room and kitchen, and then the bedroom that has the only door and is currently closed. The shoes and cloak seem to be not too far from the front door.
He makes a beeline for his shit. Pulling on his shoes, putting on his cloak, realizing he has fluffy, poofy 5 tails hanging out of his rear end, so he tries to work up an enchantment back on them. Do I need to roll for that?
Yes. Disadvantage.
What am I rolling? Shit.
That was part of your perk to look more human, right?
Yeah.
So just roll a simple D20, and we won't have you do, like, a spell, so...
So, at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Kichiro isn't having much luck with this.
He just kind of grumbles a forget it and starts trying to stumble out the door with his shoes like half laced.
You gotta tie your shoes, man. It's a hazard.
Save.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, you're good for now.
Yeah.
But that will come up if you don't fix it.
I mean, he's probably going to fix it once he gets outside, but he wants to get outside first.
Yeah, and Poppy is going to look at Cheers, and then she's going to tunnel after Kichiro. Yeah.
The fox boy.
Yeah.
What does the fox?
She's going to kind of try and look between the two. If is Cheers following?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just kind of lumbering after him.
So, how do you two feel about dark, scary, abandoned places?
Not a fan. He's lacing up his boots.
They're okay, I guess.
Okay. Well, we're going to, of course, talk to Will, but I think that maybe we should take a look in the old abandoned mine.
What are we doing first?
We're talking to Will first.
Okay.
Quick question. Did Kichiro ever see the old abandoned mine from the inside?
I was just about to have you guys make some rolls on it.
Okay.
Insight rolls for everybody.
Oh, what's my insight? I don't know. It's probably a 0. No, it's worse than that. Oh no.
Poppy, you get advantage. You probably would have heard all about it at the time, so.
Okay. Wait, how do I roll 2 at once? I always forget this.
You do your R1D20 and then you press Shift Enter, and they'll give you a
Okay.
enter space. and then type it again, and you should be good.
Okay, well, at least I have advantage.
Okay, so a 9 and 2 15s. Good thing for that advantage. Cheers, you weren't in the town at the time of this event, but you've heard a few rumors of what happened. Apparently, some guy got mauled to death, probably by some goblins and maybe in the rumored troll that lived there. But you're not quite sure what happened, and it never really interested you.
It happens every day.
From your understanding, they dealt with it. No big deal.
Okay.
Kichiro and Poppy, you would know that an adventurer had wandered there on their own and was found brutally murdered. For a while, they shut down the mines while an investigation took place. Will stressed that no one was to go down, especially on their own. However, he was the one who broke his own rule. He was able to do a whole investigation of it, but never really went into detail of what he saw. However, whatever he did see left him pretty spooked, and he instantly closed down the mines without a word. Since then, he seemed to be more stressed in his work, more quiet. And you might think that this is where the start of his personality shift changed. Whatever he saw down there is probably not great.
So I'm guessing that Kichiro made that observation.
Oh yeah, you would have both known about this.
Yeah.
Kitty, no.
Oh no.
Kitty.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Cat, I have little things on the wall, and my cat just grabbed one and tried to run off with it.
Oh no.
No.
Was it the queen?
Yes. It's like little, Valentine's Day things that has a hoop on the heart for kind of similar to a Christmas tree ornament. I just have them hanging up. She grabbed it by the little ribbon and tried to run.
Wow.
Tell the queen I love her.
She chirped in response.
Aww. My queen. Kichiro looks a little bit uncomfortable at the notion of going down the abandoned mine.
Well, we're not gonna go alone. It'll be fine.
Doesn't mean he's any less comfortable with it, or any less uncomfortable. You know what I mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
In fact, he makes that exact same noise.
I mean, it's very possible. Very awkward fox chirps.
But maybe we shouldn't tell Will right away that we are gonna go down there. Maybe. Just because he seems to. I don't know.
Well, it's forbidden. You know.
It's forbidden?
It's forbidden. They closed it down, right? You can't go in there. It's not allowed.
Can I assume at this point that Poppy has figured out Cheers' name, or...
Roll for it.
Okay. would this be a... what sort of roll would this be?
I would say an insight.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll go insight.
Okay. Insight is not Poppy's strong suit. Here we go.
Here we go.
It'll take forever for her to know.
Can you repeat your name, please?
Poppy,
Clink, jingle, jingle.
you just think Cheers likes to make random sound effects. Just for no real reason other than it sounds weird.
You're a very strange bird, man.
He's not quite sure how to feel about that.
Alright, so off to Will. Is everybody agreed, or do we want to do something else?
It's up to you guys. By now, it's almost noon. You'll notice that the town doesn't seem as busy as it normally is. With obvious reasons, of course.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Bird.
You
Sorry.
guys also notice that there doesn't seem to be any rumors about the strange monster you faced floating around either. Despite the fact
Really?
that, yeah, all things considered.
What? Did we not tell anyone? Oh yeah, guys, we fought a huge monster, by the way. Don't thank us, it's fine. Also, the guy that worked here didn't tell anybody, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, don't worry, saved your adopted son and all that. Oh yeah, by the way, murderous entity.
Don't walk anywhere alone.
Especially not the dark alleys.
Made of glass.
Watch out for glass in your forecast. Chance of glass likely, if alone.
All the glass.
Bring your steel umbrella.
Yes, come by the blacksmith. He makes umbrellas now. They're also sometimes called shields.
I mean, he's gonna have a kind of harder time. Cheers did steal, like, a little hammer from him.
That's just for the fine detail works.
Wait,
Are you sure?
I don't know.
That tiny hammer has so much power. You just don't know it.
It's
No,
Thor's hammer.
It's got the power.
And now Cheers is He-Man.
No. No.
quick,
Super
get to
gay and super strong.
It's gotta be Poppy.
Poppy, super gay and super strong. It still fits.
You know, I think Cheers would just be She-Ra.
Yeah, exactly.
She-Ra. Does that make Kichiro that tiger thing?
That's what I was thinking.
Sure.
He's
We
a
got
little
a whole crew.
he's a little rideable animal.
I'm
No,
so glad we're
the real
taking the
question.
time to do this.
He-Man AU.
The real question is who's the skeleton guy?
That'll be coming
Whoever's
up.
behind the murder.
Yeah. Oh, that's well, no, it wouldn't be the it's got to be the old lady, right?
Mina.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mina Skeletor.
She's Christmas
Yeah.
Skeletor.
She is Christmas Skeletor.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys are wandering around in the streets debating about this odd thing called He-Man, you guys notice that some of the stands seem to be closed in the marketplace. In fact, almost all of them are closed, including Mina's and the Farglide news corner, newsstand. What are the?
Well, Kichiro seems just a little bit relieved that Mina is not there. That means no puking for him.
That's what you think.
Well,
Now.
Kichiro.
Should he ready his barf bag?
You've always been able to sense Mina in this area. For once, you don't feel her presence here at all.
Which makes him relieved.
It shouldn't make you relieved, and now you don't know where she is. She can sneak up on you.
But he always knows.
Does he though? Or has he lost his ability because he became full of glass? No, I'm just kidding.
Glass zaps his power.
It's his one weakness.
It also saps my power. It's one weakness. Getting stabbed with the glass.
Finally, a use for those glass swords.
Alright.
Okay,
so
so you guys are headed straight to the guild?
Yeah. So there's like no stands open and there's basically no one walking around.
No, the only one who's really there is Zane, who seems to be caught up in another painting.
What? He's just all alone out here?
Is the culprit Zane? Is he painting to steal people's souls?
I think he's about to die.
Well, you guys do know that he does occasionally have his own stand out there to sell maps, or to work on commission pieces. Or, if he's incredibly inspired, he'll go here to work on some paintings for the innkeeper, and then try to surprise her later with them. So far, none of these attempts have succeeded in wooing her, or making her realize his affection towards her.
Oops.
So he's stealing souls.
So yeah, I guess Poppy might hop over to him for a quick little chit-chat.
Okay.
Just to, get out of the streets. It's not safe.
End conversation, I guess.
He old man.
Well, as you get closer, Poppy, you see that Zane is holding a small potion in his hand. He seems to be kind of absent-mindedly tapping on it with his thumb as he's working on the sketch of a painting.
Is it like what do I know about this potion that he's holding? Is it an what? Potion?
Yep, it doesn't look like any health potions or anything you've seen at the general store. You can make a roll for it to see if you recognize what it might be.
Okay.
Should Kichiro make a roll on that too?
If you're interested.
What's the roll again?
Insight,
Ugh.
I think. Right?
Would it be perception? Or would it be insight? I guess we can see it fine.
We'll just do that, yeah. Whichever you have a higher modifier for, we'll go with it.
Well, Kichiro don't know shit.
Whoops. Oh.
Or maybe it would be intelligence? Something?
It doesn't. Just go with whatever.
Are we rolling to see what he's holding?
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Everybody knows shit but Kichiro.
Poppy and Cheers, you recognize this through, well, thanks to your travels, that he's holding on to a potion known as the Filter of Love, a permanent love potion.
Oh dear.
Oh,
One that is
that's
so
what I was afraid of.
that must have its own antidote in order to cure it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing there, Zane?
He doesn't seem
Zane.
to notice. I kind of imagine just Poppy kind of reaching over to poke at him. Maybe trying to climb up and poke his cheek.
Mm.
Let's see. He kind of looks over, and the moment he sees you and recognizes you, he quickly tries to hide the potion. Oh, hi. What are you guys doing here?
What are you doing here, silly?
I'm working on my newest masterpiece. He kind of shows the sketch, and it's gorgeous. It looks, just by the initial rough sketch, it looks to be a woman with long flowing hair and flowers, not only tied in a flower crown around her head, but she's holding a basket full of them. Her eyes are closed, and even from the rough sketch, you can tell that she's meant to look radiant and almost glowing.
It looks good. Looks nice.
Thanks.
Why do you have a love potion?
You saw that, look, before you look.
Do I need to call the police?
So these guys came in, they wanted a few maps, they didn't have anything to pay me with, and they gave me this. I don't know. Maybe I should throw it away, but I don't know.
I can help you with that. I can throw really far.
He kind of holds on to the bottle tighter and keeps it out of Poppy's reach.
Say, like a poison. You know that, right?
It's not a poison. It's just, it's true love, so what's wrong with her, having a little help?
Zane. That's fucked up.
He kind of frowns at that and turns back to his painting.
Yeah. I know you're getting frustrated, but she needs to have a choice. Whether it's true love or not. And if it is true love, you don't need the potion. It'll happen eventually.
Persuasion roll.
Okay. What's my persuasion? It's not very good. I'm excited.
can't get over the whole day, and that's fucked up.
Best. Kichiro is just kind of watching all this.
He doesn't he's not convinced at all. You...
Can I...
Oh, if you want to make a roll, go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for deception.
What are you gonna say?
Let me wait until after the roll.
Okay. Dang it. I wanted it to be good because I wanted to know what you wanted to say.
Okay. You know, I heard that stuff gives you bad breath.
Well, I still have to have him roll against it, so...
He is very concerned about his breath.
Halitosis is a no-go.
That's
Yes.
a big turnoff.
I guess that's a side effect. I never thought about it. He kind of looks at the bottle again. I'm sure it's fine.
Well, I'm gonna have to, tell her that you're thinking about using it if I don't tell Lil.
It's fine.
Okay, then it should be fine if I tell her then. It's fine.
I don't even know if I'm going to use it.
I think you know that what you're doing is fucked up.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe not.
Look, when I first came to Autumn Pass, I had no idea that there were more breathtaking sights around here. Seeing Alice, it was as if heaven had opened its gates and showed me their finest angel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it'll be all right. You don't have to worry about it. He tucks the potion into his pocket. And
He resumes painting, I assume? Oh, something else.
I'll get rid of it, alright? I'll just toss it. I'll do that as soon as I get this sketch finished.
I don't remember what would I have to roll against that. Probably insight. Okay. I don't think it's gonna beat that at all, but
I just gotta beat 20. It's no big deal.
No, it's just gotta be a 20.
It's gotta be a nat 20.
That's not gonna happen. Okay. If everyone else would like to roll. Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad that you've seen the error of your way.
Kichiro just kind of gives a little shake of the head.
Not getting involved?
He's not getting involved. He's already had his little love and lost, so.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers just kind of says, "You do you."
Oh, and with that, he gets back to his work.
Alright. So now we're heading off to Will. Oh, wait. Before we leave him, probably should give him that little warning, like, oh yeah, by the way, maybe don't paint out here, because it's dangerous. That's why this whole place is empty right now, I think. I actually don't know. Travel in pairs. Thanks. This has been your neighborly guild, protecting and serving. A good day.
It sounded like for a moment you were moving away from the computer, so I just kind of imagined someone just dragging her off, and she's just then shouting this.
Perfect. Alright. To Will.
Okay, so if you guys are if you guys aren't stopping anywhere else, you guys make it straight to the guild. This place is also rather empty as well. Then again, that's no surprise. Everybody's kind of pulling double shifts in order to make sure nobody sneaks out of town.
Well, maybe we should go to the village gates. Maybe Will is there.
Is he not in the guild?
The guild is empty.
Why did we come here? We're looking for Will.
Because we thought Will was here.
I thought we were just going to wherever Will was.
Wait, no, you said
Realized we had to look for him.
You said that you wanted to go to the guild, and I'm not going to restrict you guys. This is I'm trying to make this as much of an open world as you want, okay? Go explore.
What am I going to do? Read the books at the guild? I mean, I could.
Cheers is kind of looking around a little bit.
Was he going to look for stuff to steal?
I don't know.
Oh no.
I'm gonna roll investigation, though.
Okay.
Eh.
Cheers, you see some food still on the table, some weapons, and some equipment laid out. Again, this is nothing unusual.
What kind of food?
Just a bit of everything, really.
Kichiro gives
Scavenger.
Kichiro gives Cheers a look. Like, you better not be stealing from my home now.
I'm just thinking of, do you remember the Pokemon spoof?
Which one?
The one where I forgot which one spoke, but it was, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I imagine Cheers saying that
Perfect.
in that voice.
Just do it.
Oh, I did.
Help yourself?
Kichiro has a very piercing look. I think he's going to roll intimidation. Just for his look. Not that he's very good at intimidation.
Kichiro, all those tails make you look too damn adorable.
He is a fluffy little fox man.
But say whatever you were going to.
Don't you be eating Will's food.
mean Will's food? This is the food for the whole guild. I think.
How do you know it wasn't Will's?
There are multiple
How do we-
meals.
He gives little angry fox chirps.
Meanwhile, Cheers is just putting some stuff in his mouth.
Yeah, the camera
Just
just
anything.
pans over.
Cheers just stuff in his face.
Are you hungry?
Who?
Kichiro?
His tails twitch a little bit. Well, I was promised tea and I never got it.
You were kind of in a rush to get out of the house.
Truth.
And I did distract you. Yeah, you should probably grab some food. I'll grab some food.
I guess it beats eating at the tavern.
You don't like
Kichiro,
their food?
roll
It's
Constitution.
It's not
Oh, no.
that. Oh God, what's Kichiro doing?
Roll
That has a roll.
Constitution.
What did he do?
Eating food?
Let me guess, Nancy's gonna be behind him. Hold on, I was trying to find my. Okay.
Use a whisper.
Oh.
Do you really think this is worthy of your time?
He looks around to see if there's anybody else besides them in the room. Does he need to roll for that, or is it plain?
No, it's just the party.
He looks between Poppy and Cheers. Did you guys hear that?
Hear what?
No.
He's kind of paling just a little bit.
You know, you're very superstitious.
Clock's ticking, little one.
He looks around again. Did y'all hear that?
No. Is it like the clock ticking, maybe? Or like a breeze? Or maybe it's
He
Cheers.
He just suddenly just runs outside.
Ah, poor fox boy.
Hey, Cheers.
Yeah.
You know when it's really quiet somewhere and you notice all those little noises that you never noticed before? You think that's what just happened? Because it seems like a very extreme reaction to that.
He's fine. This is... I think he
Okay.
just woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Maybe. Well, maybe we'll bring some food out for him. And she's just going to take some nibbles herself, I guess. And then grab some.
I can't help but think of Beauty's father, thinking, I was expecting did. Just taking all the food.
Oh no.
Oh man, that was a wicked shit I just took, but I did say I have to poop and the door just fling open. So I am assumed I was expected in there.
So Poppy and Tears have decided to sit and eat.
Yeah, quick bite.
I thought it was more like a grab and go sort of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, whatever you guys want to do.
Kichiro is kind of scattering around the immediate area, trying to find whoever is whispering in his ear.
Does he want to go towards that familiar unwelcome presence then?
Pretty much.
There's no pinpoint to it. So,
Well, just he's searching in the general area of the feeling.
okay. So he's
If
just
you know what I
pretty
mean.
much wandering around town.
He's kind of like, you know, when a squirrel darts around for no particular reason in the same general area? That's Kichiro.
Okay, so he's just doing this, like, right outside the guild?
Sure.
Kinda, yeah. It's like right outside the guild in the very immediate surrounding area.
Okay. Well, he does see some people passing by, but that's pretty much it. Nothing that would necessarily give any explanation to that whisper.
Does he know these people?
No, they're mostly just travelers passing through who happen to be caught up in town.
He's gonna approach them.
Fuck. Okay. Now I gotta think of some NPCs real quick.
That's what the generator is good for. The one that I have on my phone.
Well, he kind of bumps into a team of 3. A human man, a tall dragonborn, and a smaller woman who is also kind of half wearing a mask. They don't seem to really be too interested in him at first, but the moment he makes his presence known, the woman's eyes, they kind of light up and she immediately looks excited. The Dragonborn kind of just puts a hand on her shoulder and she calms down.
He, actually I'm gonna see if he notices that. Would that be perception?
It's obvious enough.
Okay, so it was obvious enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Kichiro just kind of looks between the 3. What brings you 3 to Autumn Pass?
The human actually speaks up. Just passing through. Tried to find a few quests, and that's pretty much it. You a traveler yourself?
More or less. Not necessarily a random traveler. It's kind of like my root town, if you know what I mean.
The Dragonborn looks at you suspiciously. He doesn't say anything, just kind of he's doubting this, or he's suspicious of why this conversation has started.
Kichiro doesn't seem to notice this, as he seems to be looking around still. I know this is probably gonna sound a little crazy, but, have you guys been hearing whispers?
Oh, all the time. The girl smiles. She kind of leans over and jabs at the human man's side and whispers something to him before she turns her attention to Kichiro again and grins.
Kichiro just kind of looks confused and a little bit startled. What?
Pardon me as I mute my mic for my thirsty rabbit.
What kind of whispers?
Spirits, fae, all that crazy stuff. She grins and kind of pulls her mask over her face. She kind of also brings her hands up towards her face and does like a little kind of, I wouldn't exactly say jazz hands, but kind of emphasizes her mask. And she looks, and she just, again, looks excited. And it is a fox mask that she's wearing, a more traditional Japanese fox mask.
One of his 5 tails twitch, probably the middle one. Are you... Well...
The human man rolls his eyes, and the Dragonborn kind of just puts a hand on her head, and her shoulders kind of slouch a bit, and she moves the mask up again.
She is a kitsune, right?
Yes. Yes, she is.
Alright.
She's just hiding her tail and ears, so...
He just kind of shrugs and shakes his head a little bit. I guess I know what you mean. He kind of puffs up his tails a little bit and goes, rank?
She kind of just turns around and just shows 3 tails.
He gives this little nod.
Is there anything else we can help you with? The human man seems not sure what to really make of this. He really just seems like he wants to leave.
He kind of looks over towards the tavern. You might not want to, make eye contact with the tavern owner. Mostly talking to the kitten.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts to, he starts to walk off. He does this little wave, like a see you later kind of wave.
She grins and gives like an excited wave back, going, "Yeah, see you around."
At which point, I assume that Poppy and Cheers, loaded with food, just come stumbling out of the guild and chase after
Why
him.
the hell did you empty the guild of their food?
We're gonna bring it to them.
Bring it to who?
Cheers just says. Well. Cheers just says, "Free is free." Cheers, no.
Kichiro kind of face palms a little bit.
So Poppy and Tears are just kind of carrying all the food they can.
I guess, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
That must be a lot of food.
I wouldn't say it's like they abandoned a banquet. And just a few meals here and there. I'm just trying to get a mental image.
It's like they raided the guild fridge.
Exactly. To Will.
Onward.
Okay. So you guys are specifically trying to find Will,
I
right?
have always been specifically trying to find Will.
Well, you gotta clarify these things, man.
I thought that I said well, we should see Will first. Who said the guild?
There's no proof.
I don't remember saying it. There's the stream.
There's
right
no proof. Okay, so it takes you guys a little while. You guys run into several smaller groups. Every time you guys lose at least one item of food, as these guys are kind of hungry and they've been on patrol for who knows how long.
Cheers pecks at anyone who tries to take any of his.
How rude.
How
Hey.
rude.
It's his food. He picked it all up.
He did it all by himself.
By that logic, Cheers belongs to Poppy. She picked him up.
Yeah, but he got away.
No, she put him down. Wait, did she put him down? I don't remember.
I don't remember if she put him
I
down
think he
last time.
broke free.
Oh, okay, no, he escaped, you're right.
Because Kichiro kind of followed him and said, "What are you gonna do?" And he was like, "Seek safety."
Eventually, you guys make it over towards the small lake that's not too far off of town. Will is over there. He's seated down. Seated, and he's kind of nodding off as he's trying to keep an eye on the forest. Unlike the other groups that were about groups of three, he seems to be by himself.
Ooh. Oh, Bart would have a field day with this.
You know he would.
Don't go to sleep.
Alright, Kichiro kind of heads off everybody else and walks up towards Will. And kind of stares at him for a second.
As Kichiro is doing this, Poppy's gonna lean over to Cheers, which is, I guess, more his hip, but she's gonna be like,
He's his special friend.
Wait. Sorry, can you repeat what just happened? Kichiro went over to who?
Will.
Will.
Okay. And then Poppy leans over and whispers,
he's his special friend.
"Aww."
Well, if you want to get shipping in this early.
I ship it.
I don't know.
I ship it so hard.
They're special friends. Their friendship is very special.
Special how?
You know. Well, how do you define what's special?
But buddies?
What?
But buddies.
Is this canon? Is Kichiro saying this?
No.
No, it's the whispering voice. Of course.
No. Oh, I didn't really know this was in character.
Nah. It's not
That's why I was
canon
like-
yet.
That's why I was like, but buddy. Kichiro wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
He may be bi. We will see.
Alright. So is he gonna wake him up?
Hey, Will.
Or is he just gonna... Oh, okay, never mind.
Will immediately wakes up. He kind of wakes up with a jolt, and for a moment, it takes him a moment for him to calm down and recognize Kichiro. At which point he quickly stands up and brushes the dirt off of himself.
We need to talk to you about something.
Did you find any leads?
We found lots of glass.
Apparently, we faced some sort of creature. And,
The glass
well,
is in Kichiro.
I was getting to that, Poppy. I got knocked out
It was really
by this.
cool.
I'm just imagining, like, he's, like, in the foreground talking, and just a little chibi Poppy is in the background, just, like, making little comments.
Did you find any leaves?
Did you find any leaves?
Because you know the special leaf that, disintegrated?
Yeah.
The pot leaves. 420 blaze at y'all.
So, there was a creature.
Yes, and I got knocked out. They were fighting, and apparently this monster exploded into a million shards of glass.
No,
And
this was before that.
And after.
he just kind of gives this little dismissive wave at Poppy. And long story short, I was chock full of glass that they pulled out of me, and apparently Poppy saw a face in one of the shards, and what was it, thorns? He looks over at Poppy.
No, it wasn't thorns. Yeah, it was. Will, I want to ask you about something.
He kind of puts a hand to his forehead, just trying to take all this in. All right. Well,
You remember 3 years ago, with the mine? What did you see down there?
Was it goblins?
this glass that you found. What happened with it? And this monster, did you kill it? Is it still in town?
I don't remember what happened with the monster. I don't remember what was left.
It was killed.
It was killed, okay.
E.
And then there was like something with a scream that happened that sounded almost human or something.
Yes, it died a horrible death.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's dead. The glass is at Erin's house, because she's really good at, glass harvesting.
If they're enchanted, I need to see this right away.
Maybe don't touch them, though, because they're bad for you. And they want to cut your hands.
Kichiro just kind of gives a little motion to follow, and he starts back towards Aaron's.
But, Will, I'd really, really like it if you could tell me about the mines. Before we, like, maybe on the way there. Come on.
Persuasion, disadvantage.
okay. Oh boy. I already have this is oh boy. Okay. Right, yeah. Oh, okay, I'll move the second one next. Well.
Okay.
And there's the second one. Oh, it's the same thing again. Okay.
Okay, 3 and 3. Okay. There's nothing that needs to be known about it. Now, this glass, you saw a face in it and something else. If this is enchanted, and Kichiro, it was in you said? Are
Yeah.
you right?
He kind of holds up his hands. I guess I'm alright. Though, to be honest, I feel like I'm going crazy. I keep hearing whispering.
Whispering. What's it saying?
Are you sure this is worth your time? The clock is ticking.
You should rest. It sounds like whatever this was took a lot out of you.
Is that the only explanation?
Well, till I see it myself, can't say. But thank you, all three of you. He seems hesitant as you guys start to leave the pond, and looks around again. I'll have to stop by errands later. I can't go if there's no one here to relieve me.
We could probably relieve you, Will.
No, I'm busy.
Then I can do it. Kitty!
But you should be resting.
I'll be fine.
Well, talk some sense into him.
I misheard.
What?
I blame my cat for trying to step on the keyboard.
Kichiro said that he would stand guard, and then Poppy was like, but you need to rest, and he was like, I will be fine, and then Poppy was like, we'll talk some sense into Kichiro.
That's what I heard.
God.
dear.
Shipping. Shipping at its finest.
Okay. Okay, Kitty is acting up, so we could either take a quick break or wrap it up here and try to schedule something in the near future.
Let's wrap it up here for now,
Okay.
and then reschedule. I guess we can schedule after we go off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll pick back up with this conversation.
Okay.
Okay, well, everybody who's in chat, thank you so much for joining. As always, so as you can see, there is details in the description. And for those of you guys who are in the public server, feel free to share any theories or ideas, or maybe even parts that you enjoy about the story. And maybe we can arrange to have some OCs as NPCs in here. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
And probably next time I'll have less interruptions by my cat.
Yeah, it's been very fun so far.
Long live the queen.
Anything else you guys want to say before I end it?
Don't do drugs. Stay in the school.
So, I think there's a chance to class in the near future.
Okay.
Hug a fox. It might be Kichiro. And he needs hugs.
For only pennies a day, you two can help poor fox boys like Kichiro.
Help them do what?
Thank you guys again for joining. And as always, take care.